Have you ever pondered the intricate web of rules and regulations that govern the simple act of owning, using, or transferring property? Welcome to the fascinating world of property law, a realm where the tangible and intangible, the simple and complex, coalesce to form the cornerstone of civil society. At its core, property law is about defining the rights and obligations of individuals or entities concerning the ownership of property. Whether it's a piece of land, a building, a personal possession, or an intellectual property, the law stipulates who has the right to possess it, use it, enjoy it, and dispose of it. Property isn't a one-size-fits-all concept. It's divided into two main categories: real property, which includes land and anything attached to it, and personal property encompassing movable objects, both tangible and intangible. This distinction is crucial as it influences how property is transferred and managed. Speaking of transfer, property law also dictates how property can move from one party to another. Whether it's through a sale, a gift, an inheritance, or other means, the law provides mechanisms, such as deeds, contracts, or wills, to ensure this process is smooth and legal. Now, when we talk about property, we inevitably talk about title. Title is the legal term for ownership of property. The rules of property law ensure that title is acquired, maintained, and transferred in a fair and just manner. They also provide mechanisms for resolving disputes over title. Possession, on the other hand, refers to the physical control or occupancy of property. The law addresses issues related to possession, such as the rights of possession, eviction, trespass, and even the concept of adverse possession, where one can acquire ownership of land through continuous, open, and hostile use. Delving deeper, we encounter concepts like easements and covenants. Easements grant non-owners certain rights to use or access another's property, like a right-of-way. Covenants, meanwhile, are agreements or restrictions imposed on the use of property, often found in deeds or neighborhood regulations. Property law also governs the delicate relationship between landlords and tenants. It outlines rights and responsibilities related to leases, rent, maintenance, eviction, and the use of leased property. Finally, we touch upon zoning and land use regulations. Governments control how property can be developed, used, and subdivided through these ordinances, shaping our landscapes and communities. In conclusion, property law is a complex tapestry of principles and rules that govern our interaction with the world around us. It defines ownership, categorizes property, controls its transfer, establishes title, manages possession, and regulates use, all while balancing the rights and obligations of individuals and society. A profound understanding of these principles can provide a solid foundation for navigating the intricate world of property law. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the fascinating realm of property law.
Ever pondered over the intricacies of property rights? How one person can legally acquire another's property without consent? Well, let's dive into the world of property law and unravel the mysteries of adverse possession and intellectual property. Picture this: a woman named Jane, a passionate horticulturist, finds a patch of neglected land. She begins to cultivate it, planting a variety of flowers and trees. Over the years, the once barren patch flourishes under Jane's care, turning into a vibrant garden. Jane openly and continuously nurtures this garden without seeking permission from the original owner. Under the doctrine of adverse possession, after a certain period, Jane can acquire legal title to this property. Astonishing, isn't it? Adverse possession, in essence, rewards the productive use of land. It is a legal doctrine allowing a person who openly and continuously uses another's property without permission to acquire legal title to that property under certain conditions. However, this doesn't mean that anyone can just claim a piece of land and make it their own. The specifics of adverse possession can vary significantly between jurisdictions based on laws and regulations established by governments at local, state, and national levels. Now let's shift gears and talk about intellectual property. Consider the story of Tom, a brilliant inventor. Tom has spent years perfecting a unique gadget that can significantly improve the quality of life for people with disabilities. To protect his creation from being copied or stolen, Tom applies for a patent, thus securing his intellectual property rights. Intellectual property refers to creations of the mind, such as inventions, literary and artistic works, designs, symbols, names, and images used in commerce. These rights are protected through copyrights, trademarks, patents, and trade secrets. They secure the creator's exclusive rights to their inventions, and encourage innovation and creativity. In conclusion, property rights aren't just about physical possessions. They extend to intangible creations, protecting and rewarding the hard work and creativity of individuals. Adverse possession and intellectual property are two key concepts within property law, each serving to protect and encourage the productive use of resources. Remember Jane, the horticulturist who turned a neglected patch of land into a vibrant garden, and how she could legally acquire that land through adverse possession. And then there's Tom, the inventor, protecting his unique gadget through intellectual property rights. These stories, while different, both highlight the fascinating and complex world of property law. Property rights, whether physical or intellectual, are essential for fostering creativity, encouraging productive use of resources, and maintaining social order. So, the next time you find yourself thinking about property rights, remember Jane and Tom's stories, and the crucial roles adverse possession and intellectual property play in our everyday lives.